Welcome to MC Engineering. We build automation equipment. We also build, we do job shop work because we do have CNC equipment, so that allows us to take on job shop work. We try to focus on automation solutions. So what that means to everybody asks, what does that mean? What is automation? Well, we have customers come to us that may need an airline refit in their shop. Maybe they've got an assembly line, but maybe a motor's burned out. We try to provide those solutions to get them back on the road. So it could be a turnkey machine, everything soup to nuts. It could be just a little tabletop piece of assembly equipment that gets them, maybe they've got a person doing something all day long. We try to provide a solution that will help them increase their productivity as well as their quality and throughput. So let's take a quick look around the shop. Over here we've got some CNC lathe. We've got a CNC mill, a manual mill, two more CNC mills. This is our newest. We've got a VF4 Haas. We also have the rotary table on that. We've got a manual lathe over there. Sorry, the shop's kind of a mess. I've been gone for 3 days at the bash. I haven't been here instructing the cleaning crew. Welding back there. We've got a 4x8 plasma table, bandsaw material. I don't have any automation projects to show you right now. We do some with robotics. You'll see a little Fanuc Scara robot back there. We've done some demonstrations. There's some videos on our website that I've been playing around with. I don't know if you guys saw the can opener on the steam whistle I made at the bash.
No, I was kind of staying by our table there a little bit, so maybe the others have.
We're playing around with being able to inject ink in lettering. So a customer that has a product with engraved letters, we're setting up that robot to basically paint fill. I don't know if you've ever played with filling paint and engraving. It's always a pain.
No, that's a lot of my expertise left.
So we do some of that. I don't know what else to tell you.
So I see you got a mix between CNC and manual equipment. What kind of, what does the CNC is what you staff most of the time? The manual, is that kind of the stuff that you might say, hey, I just need a little board to hole in this. I'm not going to throw it in the CNC. I'll do it manual, or?
It's job based. Okay. I actually do a lot more in the CNC. For me, that's most of my background. I was weaned on manual machines. Okay. But I've become so efficient in CNC, it's almost faster for me. And then it's capacity. Yeah. The Haas TL2, it'll swing 24 inches and 48 between centers. Yeah. Whereas the 13 by 40 over here, and it's only got like 1.25 inch through bore. Yes. Whereas that's a 3-inch through bore. Yeah. So it's huge capacity in that machine, and it's usually pretty efficient, even for one-off stuff. Okay. I have 2 guys that work for me. They're part of our team. Yeah. I also host a Titans of CNC Academy small group. We're Academy small group number 92. There's a picture of Titan up there on the wall. Okay. Keep an eye on us. There. So when I started that group, it worked out that 2 of the guys that were in the class, they liked what we did so much and we needed some help. So they kind of, hey, you need any help? Matter of fact, we do. So I was able to kind of train and hire at the same time being in that group. So the neat thing is now as I continue that group, we're kind of on hiatus right now. I'm kind of focusing on growing the business a little bit. The neat thing is I'm training my future employees. I have 2 high school kids that they may find themselves working here in the near future. When you come across that individual, you can just tell they've got the knack for it. Yep. It's like, I need you working over here.
I know exactly what you're...
Because they're hard to come by.
I know what you're talking about. And they're harder to come by in today's world than they were decades ago. A lot of them aren't getting in this field. It's kind of dying.
I had a unique opportunity there about a block from here. There's a commercial space. It's part of the first robotics with the high schools. A couple of their kids came around passing out flyers trying to get sponsorship. Well, They looked into us really well because we've kind of partnered with them now.
Yeah.
And a couple of their students actually come to the Titan small group, and I basically dedicated the first 4 months of this year to building all the parts they needed. They have an extremely compressed build time with their robots.
Yeah.
I think they have like maybe 3 months, start to finish, build this. And these robots aren't just like little toys. These are, I think they're up to 120 pounds on their builds. Very impressive.
Yeah.
If you go to First Robotics, you can see videos on YouTube, but they've got about 30 kids, and they kind of saw, the teacher said, hey, these 4 kids kind of want to do the machining side. So they actually participated in the Academy small group. They were able to come over. The parts that they designed over there, they were able to come over here and actually build them.
Okay.
And I've got 2 of those kids that I think they might have gotten bit by the machining bug.
Yeah.
So one of them in particular is really, he gets it.
Yeah.
He just, I didn't have to show him much than the first time, and he was off to the races. So I hope to have him working here when he gets, he's going to be a senior this next year, and I'm hopeful that he'll stick with robotics, because that's going to be neat to see how he grows, because he's very talented.
Yeah.
So it's neat to be, kind of give back a little bit in that way.
Yeah, yeah, that's great.
Let's move over to the lathe.
Okay.
I want to show how solid rock has been a help for our business. So lucky me this year, I got to go to the Barzy Bash, and I actually bought 3 of these because I like them so much. And I've been using the 3/8, and actually had a little mistake with one of them a couple weeks ago, so I found these have a year life term in my shop. So I bought a couple more, and then Steve said, hey, I like what you're doing with my stuff, and he said, I want you to have another one. So I bought a 3rd one, and then because I'm lucky at the bash, I actually won 2 more. So now I'm set for at least a year. I got my lathe tool. One of the things being a small shop is you're very conscious of where your money's going, because I can't afford to go out and spend $10,000 on tooling. So I need one tool that can do a lot, and having a good boring bar and a lathe is very important. Having a good small boring bar is important. That 3/8 has been hands down the best boring bar I've ever used, and I'm not getting paid for this endorsement. I've used Iscar, I've used Kennametal, Sandvik, all of it. And this one, I have put, as you can see, I put the works to it, and I finally broke it after some maybe wrong programming moves. But it's been a staple in just about any project I do in here to have that small boring bar. The inserts work out great.
Yeah, if you want to show them the double pocket on there too, that what makes these unique.
That makes it great for me, because after I have a mistake, like I said, I don't have a lot of money to spend on tooling because we're a small shop. I don't have a huge bank account saying, hey, go buy whatever you need.
And so you probably don't have an inventory with a drawer with 20 bars in them either.
I have one spare insert. When I break this one, I'll put that one in and order another one. I don't have a box of 50.
Yeah.
I have one spare insert. So having the 2 ends, after I broke the first one, I thought, well, maybe I should order another one. I thought, well, the Barzy Bash is coming up. So I flipped it around. I've been using the other end, and then, of course, a couple weeks ago, snap. And then after I got done crying in the corner, I was able to replace it. But the other nice thing is this rubber cap, because these are a little sharp. And I actually hold them. Don't look at this brand. It's not a solid rock. This is the holder I use. It's a Haas brand insert holder, but you can see it's the split clamp design, so I do get a really good hold on it. I use some bushings from Shars to hold that in there. And then this is my quick and dirty, but I also made a little, because I only have a 4-station turret, so I can mount that in there and get 5 tools so I can spot, drill, tap, maybe a boring bar or whatever.
Yeah.
This was my first attempt at making something like that. If I made it again, I'd probably only make it with 3 holes, because I never really use these two. They're just too close together. And I don't do a lot of small work that would need it anyway, but that would be a, you guys should start making these.
Yeah, there you go.
Make it better than I did though, because that one needs a shim to get it on center.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it for the lathe stuff. Like I say, this has really been a staple, and I'm very happy to have more in stock. So.
Yeah, and they've been selling good. Last year we brought 100 with us. That's what we made. We sold a lot at the bash, and then after the bash we had a lot of interest in that, and so we went through that first 100, I mean, really fast. So we made that second set of 200, and the reason I like these boring bars, I'm training my children. This is an operation that's repeat work, and then they can master some of the concepts of machining with this repetition. And so we did a second set of 200, and now I think we're down to about maybe 10 boring bars of each set. So when we get back, we're going to go on our second set of 200.
When you do high production like that, you learn a whole new machining experience, because it's not, anybody can make 10.
Yeah.
And yeah, it may take X amount of time, but when you have to do 10,000 and maintain that quality and repeatability over that, that's a whole new set of skills, because you learn how to, maybe you don't check this feature on every part, but maybe every 5th part. And then maybe on this feature you check it every other part, just to maintain that quality throughout your whole line.
Yeah, and in our case we're checking every part. And my youngest son is 17, and he's going to be 18 to be on machinery, so we say he's our quality control manager for now, and he's very, very good at picking up any defects. And so what we'll do is, if we have the double pocket boring bar and there's a defect in one side, we cut it off and make those so that you can put them in a boring head in the middle. And because one pocket's good, one's not, that works out pretty good.
He's your youngest?
He's my youngest, yeah.
So I'm guessing he likes to point out the mistakes his older brother and sisters make real
well. Yeah. We always wonder why he's got that smile on his face.
Look what they did.
Yeah. But to give you an idea where the kids are at on this, when they're training and getting them set up, I don't even have to be involved now. They can do this all on their own, from ordering the parts, ordering the steel to get things heat treated, black oxide, all the machining. They got this operation down pat. Like I say, I don't even have to be involved, and so that's kind of nice. It lets me know they got it. So
you asked a little bit about the programming software. I don't use Fusion too much for the lathe. I spent most of my aerospace experience programming lathe manually at the machine. Yeah. So, like a musician plays a keyboard or a violin, this is my instrument right here.
There you go, right at the control. So you got a good conversational with the lathe.
I don't use conversation.
Oh, you use G and M code?
I'll give you a quick example.
Okay.
So if I start a new code here, let's just give it a 0100. So I'll go in and edit that. So I'm ready to start my next program. So I usually start N1, maybe it's a 30 radius turn tool. So very quickly, just like we're talking, I can write the code.
G and M code.
I spent so many years programming. So what I told it to do is, hey, turn on, don't go faster than 500 RPMs, call up to a 1, turn the spindle on at 100 RPMs, wrap it down to 1 inch, get ready to run your part, and then from there I very quickly could add the rest of the program. So this is a basic TL or TM1P. This was our first machine, so we bought it as cheap as possible without any options. Well, after a while, you reach in and move the coolant nozzles around because it was just lock line. Yeah. Well, I got tired of that.
Yeah, so I can understand that.
I actually designed and built my own coolant nozzle.
Oh, that's neat.
So there's an Arduino inside here that has a stepper
marketing those? You ought to be marketing those.
I thought about it, but there's another company that does does it already.
Okay.
And theirs are a lot cooler because they'll oscillate and stuff.
Okay.
But, so I can just push the button and aim it. The nice thing is the doors can be closed, and I'm not, because everybody tries to reach in while it's running.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that, so here's an example where I was able to do some automation that helped me.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know what you mean with the opening those doors and the coolant going and stuff. I've taken many coolant showers that way.
I have been drenched early in the morning, especially on a production CNC lathe, because they're always pointing right at you.
Yeah.
But, so.
Yeah, if you get a high pressure coolant system, you can have 5 gallons hit you in about half a second.
I've never run a high pressure system, but just used to run large, like SL60,
yeah,
Kumas and stuff.
Yeah.
And that turret's right there in your face. And if you're not paying attention, it's...
Yeah, and then I ran a LB15, a smaller one, for a number of years. That coolant's on, and there's times when you're going to open the door to check something real quick, and then all of a sudden you hear the coolant on. You better get that shut right away because it doesn't come straight out at you.
And this one now has been upgraded. It originally came with like a 5-gallon tank, and I took an old RV gas tank. You can see the front corner of it.
Okay, right up here. Okay, yeah.
So I've got about 50 gallons under it now.
Yeah.
And then I put a lawn sprinkler 1-horse pump on it. So when the coolant comes on,
you go tell them how fast that comes out. That's why I say you don't want that pointing at you when that comes on.
it's got a little more chooch than a stock.
Yeah.
The nice thing is it helps keep the inside of the machine clean.
Yep, yeah. Oh yeah, you can probably push that and kind of wipe down or wash down the machine good too.
And a couple months ago I had one of my guys make a couple tool racks for both our mills because the new machine has it and they were jealous, so I said, well, if you want one, make one.
Yeah.
So, before you guys get out of here, I want to show you one quick thing right over here on the wall.
Okay.
Get a couple pictures of that. It's our MC Engineering Principles. We take jobs and knock them out of the park. We would rather turn you down than let you down. Communicate, good, bad, or otherwise. Plan your work and work your plan. Own it, good, bad, or otherwise. If a process doesn't work well, improve it. Make a decision. If it's a mistake, learn from it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. And then if you get a company that stands behind it and practices those principles, you know.
It's on the wall there.
It's on the wall and you're practicing it.